guys. Well, tonight we're not going to take up tons of your time, but it's going to be well spent time. We're so excited to share with you guys, and I titled it "Quit Guessing Friends," because we're going to share something with you tonight that has been such a huge difference maker, not only for me but also for Jen, and that's why I've got her on here as my guest tonight. Live from Texas, and so we're going to talk about a tool that can help you know what types of foods you should be eating, if you have a sensitivity to carbohydrates, if you have a sensitivity to fats, if you have a sensitivity to caffeine, if you are genetically predisposed to inflammation, and the big one that always fires me up is knowing if you have the MTHFR gene. And you know what? I haven't even posted yet today, but today is the 2-year anniversary of my breast explant, okay? And it came up. Yes, thank you. This was 2 years ago today, going into surgery. And oh my gosh, look at that. Yeah, Brett with a selfie. I look like, yeah, it's a hot mess there. But I mean, that was something that was such a game changer for me, with breast explant surgery and just understanding the supplements that I needed, the foods that I needed to avoid. So I personally believe that every person should know if they have a mutation of the MTHFR. But before we dive in, I just want my beautiful friend Jennifer out in Texas to just share with everyone who's watching this tonight who you are, what you do, and just kind of where you were physically that got you to, try out the DNA test. So go ahead and take it away, Jen.
All right, awesome. So yeah, I'm Jennifer, and I'm out here in good old Houston, Texas. And when I started my health journey, it was in my early 40s, because I was working from home back then, before working from home was a big thing, due to the pandemic. But I had been working from home for so long that I was just eating anything out of the fridge, just anything fast food, it wasn't healthy. Let's just say that, right? It just wasn't healthy. And I could feel that in my body. Like my insides, I felt like crap. I don't know if anybody can relate out there, but when you don't really eat the right foods and things like that, I mean, it's just going to have a negative impact. So because I was, entering my early 40s, I decided, okay, I'm starting to get a little bit older. It's time to start paying attention and start really like turning that corner to try to do something that is good for me. And so, there began my journey. And so I, started getting on to different kinds of vitamins, at least the ones that I thought that I should be taking, right? And then I started eating healthier, and it made an impact. But then as I got older, because now like in a few months, I'll be approaching 50. So at this point, before I came and understood the DNA, I was having problems again, because the older I got, then I was having difficulties. And it's so hard sometimes, I think, to really guess. Okay, now let me try this. Let's see if this works. Okay, this doesn't work. Now let me try this other thing, right? And so what I had been doing is I had been filling my body with all of these other vitamins and supplements that had a ton of caffeine in them. And I thought that's what I needed. Like, well, we'll just speed up my metabolism. We'll see if that works, right? And so, now I've switched over, and I feel better than ever, and I'm on the right track.
I love that. And you know what? And here's the thing. Like, I think it's so important to realize that we're always on this quest to find better things, right? And if it's not working for you, then it makes sense to take ownership and figure out something that is working for you. And that's what I love about our DNA test, is that it gives you that owner's manual for your body so that you can quit guessing what supplements do I need, what foods, what types of exercise. And it gives you that confidence and clarity and going, okay, this is what my specific body needs, because we're all different, you guys, every single one of us. And so I would just love for you to just, you got back your DNA report, over 40 pages. I mean, it looked at 23 key areas to help you have that clarity and confidence. And so when you got back your DNA report, what were some of the big areas that you feel like now that you've put them into action and had that wisdom, what were some of the big ones for you that have helped you?
Well, like, okay, so one of the big ones for me is anytime I would exercise, it was always like 2 days later, I would be in pain. I was achy, my muscles would hurt. And getting my DNA results back, I found out that I have slow recovery, and the acronym is called DOMS, and that stands for delayed onset muscle soreness. So I finally had a name to put with what was going wrong. And then within that DNA, it showed me the roadmap to say, if you want to prevent, or help prevent DOMS, here are the things that you need to do. Because tied in with that, I found out that I have a high propensity for inflammation. So that together is just a doozy. So what I started to do was to add more omega-3s to my diet, doing a supplement of omega-3, and then adding in flaxseed, chia seed, more fish, things of that nature. And that's really, truly made a difference. And I don't necessarily have that DOMS effect anymore. Another really big one for me is, remember when I was talking about the other stuff that I had been doing, and I had been doing tons of caffeine, thinking like I just need to speed up my metabolism. What I found out is I'm caffeine sensitive. So that's a big deal, right? So I can have, I think, like 200 milligrams a day, and that's it. So that's not a whole lot. So that has helped me as well. One of the other big things for me is that I not only have a high sensitivity to fats, but I need carbs. So keto would not work for me, right? So it's about getting the right kind of carbs and then watching that high sensitivity that I have to fat. So that really helped me nutritionally to be able to figure out what it is that I need to be doing. I know that I was eating some foods that were working against me, so I changed a lot of that too. When you mentioned the MTHFR, I do have a variant of that as well. So, so the methylfolate, that's helping. So those are some of the big things. And then exercise wise, I found out that what I need to be doing is I need to have a mix of cardio and strength training. And so while I've lost weight, I need to now work on that strength training a little bit more, especially now that I'm approaching 50. It's even more important because I want to make sure that I've got like healthy bones and joints and my hips stay okay. And so now I'm working toward building muscle. And so it's just been really enlightening to me to truly learn what I need to be doing specific to what my needs are. And I don't have to guess anymore. I mean, this here, I'll show you. This is like so funny. So like, this is my Bible. I have it in a big old binder and I refer to it on a regular basis, right? I mean, it's just, I love it.
Yeah, that's so cool. And she is like a beast at Peloton. I know you are like so into that. And you'll have to check out her Facebook. I tagged her in this video if you guys are watching this on Facebook, because she just like has this awesome new gym that she's put together. It's amazing. So I love seeing how active you are. And it's a couple of the key things I just think are so huge. Like you said, you were working against your body and you didn't know it. You were over caffeinating, which actually left you more tired. And so now using the smaller amount of caffeine is actually helping you out. So I love that. And then just again, knowing that you have the MTHFR, knowing what types of exercise you need. So that's awesome. So I love hearing that. All right. Yeah. So one of the other cool things about the DNA test is that it helps you know what types of supplements that you need. And so what's really, really cool, you guys, is not only do we provide this incredible DNA test that's HIPAA compliant, but we are truly the world's only customizable vitamin platform that uses over 7,000 clinical studies. So it's all science-backed, and it partners it with your DNA results. And so, I mean, it literally just is so customized and specific to you. So Jen, why don't you just share with everyone like how your DNA results, how your health assessment, how that formulated, like just tell us about your supplements and just, the benefits of that and how that has impacted you.
Yeah, I love it because again, it's taking the guesswork out of it, because before what I had been doing is, okay, I'm going to try this or I'm going to try that. And then when I mix the HIPAA compliant assessment with the HIPAA approved DNA, put that together to get my results, then, I now have my own personalized vitamins. and I don't even have to think about it. It's specific to what my needs are. And then over the course of the last half year, I had to go on some medicine. So I went out and I revised my assessment, and it took a look at all those algorithms from those medical case studies to make sure that it wasn't, that the supplements weren't going to hinder my medicine, which was phenomenal, to make sure that I can definitely stay on track. And like on my AM, for instance, specific to me, I'm on joint support, right? So I've got the inflammation, I've got the DOMS, and all the other stuff. So that's important for me. Vitamin C, zinc, B complex, probiotic, and then my multivitamin. And it's 1, 2, 3 easy. If I travel anywhere, I don't have to worry about getting a bunch of bottles out. I mean, I used to do that a lot before, and now I just pull out, how many days do I need? This is so cool. So it's just been truly amazing. And then the results in terms of what it's done for me, I've definitely lost weight, I've lost inches, and just all around combined, it's just made a positive impact on my life. And I can't say enough about it.
I love it. Well, and I've known you for, many, many years now. And again, just to see you so active, so excited about exercising, like it's like you're aging in reverse. And even though you're about to turn 50, so am I. It's like age is just a number. And I love that these products help us feel just so much younger. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So, one of the other things too, I love that you brought up how just easy and portable it was and personalized the vitamins. Guys, these are made in a pharmaceutical type laboratory, temperature controlled lab at our home office in Texas. And again, super simple. You take the AM with breakfast, you take the PM with dinner, and there's, they're taken at certain times. So some of the pills are meant to be taken in the evening. So they factor in all that science, which is super, super cool. So, all right. So now I know, Jen, obviously you, and I don't know if we touched on this, but Jen is a very successful businesswoman. And I mean, she's got a lot of responsibilities in her career, but she has a heart to help other people. And so because of that, she has shared about this with other people. And so just share a little bit about how, pursuing or just, maybe welcoming in, the business part of this, how that has impacted you and, from a heart perspective, financial, wherever you want to take that. But just share a little bit about that.
Yeah. So, the one thing I'll say, and I think that this is true for a lot of people, whether it's, for health and wellness or otherwise, is that whenever you find something that really works for you, it could be clothes, it could be anything. Naturally you want to share it with other people. You want other people to feel as good as you do, or look, hey, like I look really good in this and it's on sale and all of that happy business. And so for me, sharing kind of just came naturally, because for me, if I can make a difference in one person's life, it's totally worth it. So, I've had the opportunity and have been, blessed to be able to touch other people's lives and to see their successes and, how their lives have been transformed. And, it's kind of paid me back twofold. So, sharing all of this, I'm able to get my vitamins for free, number one, every month, which that takes the load off of my budget. And then secondly, it is bringing in some additional income every month. And, for me, that's a side perk, because ultimately the most important thing for me is to help other people and change their lives in a positive way.
I love that, because it's like when, we get to bless others, and as a result, we get blessed. So
Yeah.
I love that. And then you hit on something that I think is super cool for people to know. You get your vitamins for free every single month. And guys,
Yep.
that is something else super cool that we have. It's called the 3 and Free. And so because Jen takes advantage of putting her vitamins on a monthly subscription, which I mean, like every company, I mean, we have literally, I shouldn't admit this, but I have 3 Chewy subscriptions that come every month because my puppies go through pig's ears and all that stuff like crazy. So I have 3 different shipments coming. But because you have yours on subscription so that you don't run out, and you've helped 3 other customers also say yes to the personalized supplements, you get yours for free. And I'm just curious, Jen, like if you didn't get yours for free, what would that monthly cost be? So how much are you saving each month?
About 250 a month.
What? That's crazy. That is amazing. Yeah. And
Yeah.
just to put it in perspective, my monthly supplements would be about 158. So everyone's kind of a little bit different. It all depends on the health score and just kind of what your needs are. So, I mean, that is absolutely amazing. So when you multiply that out times a year, I mean, you're saving thousands of dollars. So that's awesome. I love that we offer that. All right, cool. So the last thing that I would just love for you to share as we kind of land the plane here
Yeah.
is, anyone that's watching this that is maybe right now going, man, I need some help. I need some help with my health. I need some help with my finances. I just feel stuck. I'm confused. I don't know what I should do. Like, what would be your words of advice to help some of these people maybe get unstuck and maybe get them excited about looking at this as a way of helping them with their health goals or even their financial goals?
My advice is don't wait. Start now, because the last thing you want to do is you don't want to be chasing your problems, whether it's your health, whether it's your finances or otherwise. Get started now. Reach out to someone and just ask for help. And, like Dawn and I'm willing to help anybody, baby steps. And, I love people where they're at. And, I'm happy to give advice and to provide some coaching, and it's all worthwhile. Just like I started back when I was 40, I finally made that decision for myself. Hey, I'm getting older. It's even more important now that I'm now approaching 50. So think about it in terms of where you are in your life, no matter what it is you have going on inside your four walls. Make sure that you are a priority, because if you're not putting yourself as a priority, then you're not going to be able to give to others in your own family or to your friends or to anybody else.
Gosh, that's so good. I love that. Don't wait. It's so simple and it's so true. So, gosh, you guys, make sure you love on Jen. If you're on Facebook watching this, of course, this will be uploaded to my podcast channel. It'll also be uploaded to YouTube. So if you have people that you come into contact with who are approaching 50, and maybe they're in the, a big business person like Jen, you can be like, oh my gosh, I heard this amazing girl's story. You got to check it out. So these are all archived for you guys to hear later. And then of course it'll live here on both of our Facebook walls. But thank you guys so much. So as we land the plane, I'm going to give you guys, the listeners, the last kind of question. Okay. We already talked about beach or mountains. We talked about tacos or pizza. Okay. If money wasn't an issue, if money was not an issue, what would be something that you would love to do? Whether it's a trip, whether it's blessing someone in your family, whether it's getting a new car, getting a new house, whatever. If money wasn't an option, what would you do? And so I'm just going to look here and see if anyone comments. Jen, I'm just curious, what would you do if money wasn't an option?
Storm chasing vacation.
Yeah. Where would be the first place that you would go?
Well, it's actually it's not a place. It's a storm chasing vacation. So they do it through Tornado Alley.
Oh,
yeah,
really?
you go out with the
like
pros.
in the movie, like in what was that movie called? Twister? Like in that?
Yeah, you go out with the pros.
You would do that?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. Oh my gosh, I would never have expected that from you.
I got like this really like amazing, like love hate, like, but just like the beauty of tornadoes. Not that I want it to like, hit somebody's house, mind you. It's got to be out in the field somewhere. But yeah, go out with the pros, and it's just really cool.
Oh my gosh, that is awesome. Okay, so Jen would go storm chasing, and Emily says she would travel more, and Charlie says he would love to have a house on the lake with his whole family. And that's where I'm at. I would love to have a beach house that I could have my family go to, but I could also invite my friends to. And oh, that's awesome. And Charlie would visit his whole family around the country. So, all right, cool. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for being on here tonight. Huge thank you to Jennifer for being on here. Guys, she's about to turn 50 and she's rocking the Peloton. She's crushing it. And we're just so excited for her. And Jennifer Sanders, same thing, beach house. So I love it. All right, you guys are amazing. Have a great night. Thank you, Jennifer. And be safe, be healthy, be blessed, and have a great night, friends. All right, bye, guys.